Today's episode is brought to you by ButcherBox. ButcherBox is going to get you those good meats. Now let's jump into this podcast. Hello, everybody. It's time for Ghost and Crendor.
This is Crendor in the morning.
In the morning. Broadcasting live. In 4 hour recording studio. Recording. Wake your ass up. It's the next Crendor in the morning. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the episode of Cox and Crendor in the morning. Woo! Oh, my goodness. Did you go across the room or are you coming from across the room? Woo! No, are you still across the room?
No, I'm just yelling into the ceiling. I'm standing right now.
It's a good thing you're not in an apartment and no one lives above you, or else that would be awkward.
That's true. I'm standing right now, so I got more energy.
Ooh, you're standing desk this thing, huh?
Yeah, partially because my neck hurts. Well, it's not really, it doesn't hurt. It's irritated. It's a whole story.
Are you Are you all right? I feel like you were...
No.
Last week, you were like, yo, you got to take care of yourself. We got to do these neck exercises, which I have been doing to take care of my neck. And now today, you're like, bro, I'm not good. What happened to you?
I swear to God, this shit sucks. All right? This is dumb. Getting old is dumb. All right? So, pretty much, I was doing some, like, lat pull downs, doing some stuff, and I did, like, a bunch, and I got a little, like, woozy. And I was like, that's a little weird. But I've had that happen. Usually when I, like, tweak my neck, I'll get a little, like, whoop. But it always freaks me out because it's my neck. So I'm like, am I dying?
That doesn't seem good at all.
Well, I'll do, like, cardio.
I'm just working out that I get a little woozy. That seems dangerous.
Well, I do, like, cardio. I'm fine. I do other stuff. I'm fine. So I'm not, like, what? I talked to my physical therapist and my doctor. And they're like, well, what it sounds like is whenever you get that type of thing, your muscles are, like, tensing up from, like, the aggravation or whatever, and it's compressing like a nerve. And so I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Or it's like a pinched nerve, or it's like your vagus nerve, like a bunch of stuff. So I'm like, all right, great. So then I aggravated it.
Real quick question.
Right.
There's such a thing as a vagus nerve?
Yeah, your vagus nerve.
What the hell is that?
Your vagus nerve is the thing where, you know how if people like tense up really hard, they'll like pass out?
No. What? Wait, what? I've never heard of tensing up so hard I pass out.
Yeah, that's a thing. So let's see. The vagus nerve, also known as the vagal nerves, are the main nerves of your parasympathetic nervous system. The system controls specific body functions such as your digestion, heart rate, and immune system.
The vagus nerve?
Yeah.
I feel like it would be like that should be the fun nerve. What happens in the vagus nerve stays in the vagus nerve, you know?
Yeah. It should be the fun nerve.
It doesn't sound fun at all.
It can also, like, anxiety can affect it. All, like, you know, stress. All your.
Where is it located? Where's this magic nerve located?
It's literally like your spine, like your entire, from your head down to your.
Looking
like,
it up.
Like, there you just look at pictures, right?
Oh, it's not spelled Vegas. Oh, it's like it's right through your neck. It's Vagus. So okay, yeah.
Yeah. And so...
Okay. Yeah, it goes right through your neck. It kind of, in a funny way, looks like internal headphones. I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
It goes up to where your ear is, and then all the way down your neck, and into kind of like down in the middle of your body. And yeah, it kind of looks like if you're wearing internal wired headphones.
Yeah. So I was like, fantastic. So I've had this like act up before. This isn't like a new thing. It's not like it's randomly happened and I'm like dying. Like I've had this happen like years ago. Usually, you know, something happens and then I'm like, and then, you know, the longest it lasted was like, it was like a week or two of irritation. I'm not like gonna pass out. It's just a little like.
Can I ask you a question?
What?
Broham.
Yep.
Do you think you have a damaged vagus nerve? Because one of the very first things I saw when I went to 6 mind-blowing facts about the vagus nerve. Number 5, damage to the vagus nerve can cause digestive issues.
Yeah, but a lot of things can cause digestive issues as well. Anxiety can cause digestive issues. Well, I've literally talked to my doctors.
Chronic
And they didn't-
inflammation.
Listen, all right, I'm already a hypochondriac. This is probably going to be like, I'm going to have to like look
Overreaction
at,
can cause fainting.
I haven't fainted.
Not yet. Do you have epileptic seizures?
No.
Is that because it's overstimulated? Because stimulating the vagus nerve can help reduce epileptic seizures.
I don't know. Listen,
I'm just WebMDing you with just the worst shit.
it really is. And there's going to be some guy like, oh, this is the worst thing, Crendor. You're going to die. All right. Listen, all it is, I go to my doctor. They're like, yeah, it sounds like it'd be like nerve compression. It's probably from all your muscles like tensing up, pressing on it. Because it always happens when I like, okay, there's a theme here. It's like whenever I tweak my neck or like do something and that like, you know how like if you tweak something in your back or your arm, like the muscles tense up to protect the nerve or whatever's going to get damaged.
Every time
right?
I get a massage from someone and they do it too hard, that is me. Yes.
Yeah. So it's like that, but in my neck. So essentially the neck's like, uh-oh, and it tightens up and then it presses on the nerve. And so what happens is I'm like, okay. So what, I was like feeling a little better. I was like, hey, I'm slowly getting better. And then I tweaked my neck again. And then went back to how it was. I was like, you kidding me?
I don't know how. Like, you don't seem to have like downtime.
No, there's no downtime on the Crendor health adventure.
Like, you don't have a moment where you're just like, ooh, I had a good 2 or 3 weeks there where nothing bad happened. You always go from one traumatic injury to another.
Yeah. Here's the thing. They always get better. And then
now
another
they
part
do.
of the body. Another part of the body freaks out. And then, well, I asked Dr. John too. I was like, Dr. John, is this crazy? And he's like, nah, there's like a bunch of reasons. I was like, I don't know. It seems kind of scary. He's like, nah, there's like a billion reasons. You're good.
I mean, like, you have to trust Dr. John because he knows us.
That's true.
And we know him in person, and like if we needed to take him out, we could. So he has to. We have a trust thing here.
Yeah.
But also, it sounds like he's just saying shit.
I mean, he is a doctor.
Like, yeah, again, you gotta trust him. But
Yeah.
like, do we though? I feel
don't
like
know.
my diagnosis of inflammation of the vagus nerve is much more accurate. Mm-hmm. Maybe
you
I
did
unlocked the
Google it.
secret.
You did Google it.
Yeah, I did
and
Google
my-
it. It was the first link.
You
So
know
I
what?
feel like
Dr. John didn't, my real doctor didn't, and my physical therapist didn't. So, I mean,
none of them Googled it. Yeah.
yeah.
Maybe I care more about you than they do. Maybe you should think about that.
Yeah. So, I go back to my physical therapy this week, so she's going to, like, test stuff and everything. And they're like, if it doesn't get better, we can do an MRI.
Ask her about the vagus nerve stuff.
We've already talked about the vagus nerve. I'll be like, is my vagus nerve damaged? I'll ask her directly.
Yes, we need an answer. I need an answer.
We need Dr. John to also give his opinion.
Yeah, Dr. John, is Crendor's vagus nerve damaged?
Yes. So, and it's, I get the old, like, tingling that goes down, like, my arm and my fingers. But that got better today. It's not as bad. It's like it healed up a bit. But apparently that's also, like, a pinched nerve thing that can happen.
Now, how are you pinching nerve? Do you not have, like, enough cartilage?
I don't know. I mean, people pinch nerves all the time.
Sure. I just don't. You can tell I have zero medical knowledge. Like, the only medical knowledge I know either comes from things that have happened to other friends or watching medical dramas on TV. That's it.
You're literally the guy that started drinking a gallon of water because you saw it on TikTok.
You know what? That was a lie. Can I tell you that was a mistake? I immediately was called out because I guess I don't know the whole story. And now I do, and I know that I've already failed that. Within day one of trying, because apparently it is more than just drinking water. It is straight up like, 1, follow a diet, no alcohol, no cheats. Number 2, 2 45-minute workouts a day, 1 has to be outside. 3,
All right.
drink a gallon of water. 4, read 10 pages of nonfiction. 5, take progress pictures. If you fail at anything, start over. So I just watched a video that was only about drinking the water. So my assumption was this was some stupid, like, drink water for 75 days. Like, I can do that. That sounds fun. I'll challenge myself to this. Apparently, I'd failed before I started. So there you go.
You know, it's better to fail before you get going.
It really is. Saves you a lot of time. Once I realized that, thank you to everyone last week. It was like, no, dude, you aren't doing it right. I was like, oh, well, if I'm not doing it right, then I don't have to do it at all. Okay. I mean, like, I understand the point of a challenge to do a thing to see if you can do it, but I don't understand. I guess the goal of this is to like make yourself into like Marvel movie strong, because this whole like follow a diet, no alcohol. So you're already like taking out anything that can make your diet fun. Then 2 45-minute workouts. One has to be outside. Well, why does one have to be outside?
Yeah.
That's just forcing people. What if it's raining? You mean I gotta go out in the rain? Nah, I'm already out of that. Then drink a gallon of water. So now I gotta do 2 45-minute workouts filled with pee. Nah, I ain't gonna do that. Read 10 pages a day. What if I have a job that's 8 hours and I need 8 hours of sleep? That is 16 hours plus at least 2 hours for working out. So now we're at 18. And so I have 6 hours for myself. And in those 6 hours, I'm reading books and taking progress pictures. I have no time for family or friends at this point. And then I'm suffering because I can't drink my way through this terrible diet.
Well, I mean, on the bright side, I don't know. This sucks.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. But you know what? I did see something absolutely beautiful the other day at the crazy intersection. So
well, that's
it was the
good.
first time
All
I
right.
didn't see anything. Yeah, so this was great. So I'm at the intersection, and it's raining outside. It's been raining the last, I don't know, 4 days now. I think it finally stopped, but it's gonna rain tonight again. And there was a dude who, the best way I can describe him was the most French dude in all of France, but just in LA. Like, I don't know how else to describe. He looked like he was from France. His facial structure was like that of every French dude who ever lived.
Right.
He was literally carrying a bottle of wine, and he was in an outfit that looked like he should have been like on a fashion runway somewhere. Except it's raining. But it was slightly drizzling at the time, and he's just standing there. He has headphones in, and he is dancing to something. I don't know what, but he's like doing a conga, and he's doing like a sidestep thing, and he's just dancing around in the rain. And I sat there like, this guy is having the best damn day. Like, I don't know what's going on in his head. I don't know where he's going, what he's doing, where he came from, but he is having a day. He looks so amazing. And I watched this guy like, ding, 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 ding. He's like going across the crosswalk, doing a little dance. And I was like, I want to have a day like that where I can just have a little dance and listen to my stupid music and just forget about everything. And as I'm thinking that, this pickup truck, which by the way, shout out to pickup trucks in LA. I do not understand why they're here. There's no parking for them, but they take up like 2 spots anyway because F it. This pickup truck honks at this dude. Without breaking his stride, he turns, looks at this guy, and while dancing, flips him the bird. Still dancing. And I was like, this guy's my hero. I don't know who this dude is. He's like, da, 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 but like flipping him off. And the guy in the pickup truck's like, meh, meh, trying to get him to cross faster. Meanwhile, there's no turn on right at this intersection. And this dude clearly is, because I'm not turning on right, he has gotten to the left-hand lane and wants to cross and turn right because I'm not turning on right in a no-turn right lane. So, honking at this French guy. The French guy finally makes it across, and he just pulls out in front of me. And I was like, this asshole. So, light goes green. I turn. I'm now at the next light with him. So he clearly gained no time at all.
Yeah.
And then we get to the next light. Same light. We're there together. And he keeps looking over at me like I'm going to do something. And because I'm kind of an asshole when I'm in a car, I just stared at him smiling. I didn't do anything else. I just looked at him the entire time with this stupid grin on my face. And he kept looking at me. And then like looking back at the road. And then when the light would go green, he like pull out in front of me. And I just, slow and steady, get to the next red light, and I'd be right beside him again, and I'd slow turn and just smile at him. And he's looking at me, getting more mad. And finally, he peels out and like goes down a side street. I think to try to avoid traffic because we kept getting red lights. And I never saw him again. But I was like, you know what? I did find my happiness today. That Frenchman taught me a lesson. That sometimes you got to find happiness in the most unexpected places. And watching that guy lose his mind because he kept trying to like drive faster than me, and I'd always pull up right next to him, like, "Oh hey," it was great. I had a fun moment. It was beautiful. I learned a lot that day from that crosswalk.
I mean, at least you're learning something from the crosswalk now instead of just getting stories from it.
I mean, it's still got a story, so I guess that happens.
That's true. But yeah, it's a nice story.
Yeah, no, this wasn't nothing crazy happened. It was just,
yeah.
Got to experience a man get angry for no reason, and I was like, "Why are you angry, bro?" And it made him more angry, so...
That's like me talking to my Vegas nerve. It's like, dude, you gotta calm down. And it's like, no, I ain't calming down for shit. Oh my god, speaking of... So, okay. Forgot to mention, this is a similar feeling I've gotten after I was playing League of Legends. So... I think it's a stress anxiety thing as well. Because, as you know, this might surprise you, I'm an anxious person.
I had not heard that.
Yeah, it might blow your mind. But I have very high anxiety.
Right.
Also from hypochondria. So this entire conversation, people commenting about it, will probably give me even worse symptoms. But... yeah, I would get it with playing League. And you know what happens when I play League? I get the adrenaline sweats. I stop breathing while I'm playing, so I'm like focused. And then usually after like a few hours of League, I would just be like, oh my god. And at first I thought it was my blood pressure, because I was like, oh my god. And I checked it, but it was like normal. It was like slightly high, but nothing crazy. And so now I'm starting to think it's all related to like anxiety and stuff. Apparently it's a thing that can happen. Because it's like your fight or flight essentially goes crazy.
From League?
Yeah. I don't think you know how competitive I get.
I mean, that is a reason why I don't play a lot of PvP games anymore, because I am hyper competitive when it comes to stuff like that, but I also am lazy, so I don't put in the time to get it. So yeah. I will be really competitive, not study up on like the newest meta and be angry when I lose. It'd be like, stupid game, I fucking hate it. So yeah, I don't do that anymore.
That's why I stopped playing. Because I was like, this isn't worth it, man. Like, just getting like physical symptoms from playing League of Legends. I'm like, nah, I'm good.
So you'd play, and then what would happen?
Usually my jaw would be tight, like from teeth grinding. But like I wasn't grinding, I was just clenching. And then I'd just feel a little woozy. Kind of like similar to what I've had with this stuff. So I think it is kind of similar with anxiety and stress.
Do you think it's your vagus nerve?
I think a lot of things just tie into your vagus nerve. So, I get the similar type of feeling where it's like, I'm not going to pass out, but you're a little like, almost like a vertigo. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah, I know exactly.
Have you ever had vertigo?
I have, yes.
Oh, I remember I actually had vertigo for 2 weeks. Maybe it was kind of like what I have now, but a little worse, from playing Spyro.
What?
Yeah, it messed with something. Because I played Spyro. Yeah, I played it for like 5 hours. And I started getting like kind of nauseous near the end of it. And I was like, oh, and then I realized I'm like kind of dizzy, where I was like, I'm not like gonna fall over, but I'm just a little like, ugh. And it lasted like 2 weeks. I went to the doctor. They're like, yeah, it sounds like vertigo. I went to the eye doctor. Because listen, again, hypochondria. I went to the eye doctor, the normal doctor, another doctor, and they're like, yeah, vertigo. And they're like, if you can do these like exercises, but eventually it'll just go away, or you just gotta wait. And it took like 2 weeks, but it went away.
Dude, what?
And then I did, so like any person would, I was like, you know what? I have to finish Spyro. And so I had to play the final like 30 minutes. And I remember I tried playing it and I started getting nauseous again. And I was like, it's doing it to me again. It like, for some reason, the way the camera moves in Spyro like messed me up.
I've never had that happen. Although I guess VR,
yeah, is probably the closest other thing, but that's the only game that's happened it. That's why with all this, like I wouldn't have this happen when I would do cardio, and I wouldn't have it happen when I did what do you call it, like physical therapy. So she'd be like, does this recreate any symptoms? I'm like, no. But it would always be when I was doing like heavier lifting. So I think when I lift heavy and I'm not breathing properly, you're just like straining. You know what I mean? And so I think that does it. And then it's getting old sucks. This is stupid. You know, you see all the kids on the Twitch and the YouTube having fun. They're just like, oh, you know, and you're just like, man, I remember when I used to be that, you know?
That's because they're kids. They're, you know, we are not youngins no more. We're actual real ass adults. And here's the thing: some of y'all think that affects me. It doesn't. Age has not affected me one bit. I'm still a complete mess, but I was a mess before that. So I've just grown into my mess. I'm at prime mess right now.
I think that's all you can do. You got to grow into your mess.
Yeah, that's it. So at some point in your life, you realize you can't defeat the mess, so you must become the mess.
Damn, the mess is kind of like a Sith.
I've always identified as a Sith. I've always said I would be the bad guy.
That's what happens. You start going through it, you know? You start getting all things. You're just like, you know what? I'll become a Sith. Screw it.
Yeah.
That's how it happens. Even like growing up, I always like playing with the like cool villain action figures. So I always thought they just looked cooler.
They are cooler. That's the thing, is they don't just look cooler, they are cooler. It's why, and literally until I started watching the show Andor, for the first time I was like, oh, I kind of identify with the good guys now. Because that show made me feel like, oh, damn, these guys are going through some stuff. Until the year 2022, I was like, I just want to be an Imperial Stormtrooper because their armor looks cool. And I'm like, oh, no, they're bad guys. Oh, no.
I mean, yeah, you think about it. You look at like all the villains in Star Wars. You got like Darth Maul. He's got like red paint and like horns coming out of his head.
That guy looks cool as shit.
Yeah, you got like Boba Fett's got that cool bounty hunter outfit. You got like the Darth Vader. There's like the Emperor who's all like old, but he can like kill anybody with his lightning.
You got lightning hands. Yeah, that shit's cool as hell.
And then you go to the other side. It's like, they're just in a robe with a lightsaber.
Yeah, they got a brown robe, like cool dudes.
Yeah. Like they all got it. The only cool one's like Yoda because he's just a weird, short little green man.
Hell yeah, Yoda's the best. He's like, I'm short and green, I am. Like, yeah, this guy is cool as shit. I love him.
Yeah, and that's why when I play things like Warhammer and stuff, even all my Warhammer armor, they're all like the fun, crazy, like Skaven or like Lizard Men or like the Orcs or like all this stuff. And then it's like, don't you want to play the Order with the humans? And I'm like, that's boring. That's boring. I don't want to do that.
And who does? That's the thing. Who does?
Yeah.
Like, I always think it's funny when people will talk about, speaking of Warhammer, people will talk about like, you know, I love playing as the Astartes and the Empire, and I like being space elves, and I like being like the. I'm like, yeah, but have you ever thought about chaos?
Yeah, that's like, I've been reading about Gits lore because I got really into Gits.
Little tiny goblin boys?
Yeah, the little goblins. They got the squigs. There's there's squig. What are they called? So there's like squig riders or squig hoppers, and the way they're essentially the goblin cavalry, but they're not like, you know, actual cavalry that are like gather the horses. They literally just grab on the squigs and ride them around and just hold on for life and hope the squig like eats stuff. And they like swing around. But most of the time you get eaten and die. Or you just die in battle. So if you survive 2 battles, the squig or the goblins riding the squigs become so like full of themselves that they start thinking of themselves as like knights. And so they start wearing knight armor and they become Boingrot Bounders. And they wear a knight helmet.
Who made these names? The British, I'm sure.
Yeah. They start wearing a knight helmet in the shape of the moon because they're like, no squig would eat the moon probably. So it's just like goofy lore like that. I love it.
I was reading something the other day because I was like, this sounds like the most Crendor shit I've ever heard. Where in 40K, I guess, there's a cannon that exists that orcs use to shoot goblins behind enemy lines, except it doesn't fire them through the air. It opens a portal through the warp, through space-time, into the chaos realm, and then a portal opens up on the other side and the goblins are supposed to come through it. Except 90% of the time, it never works correctly. Sometimes the goblins go through the warp and come out like terrible monsters. Sometimes they go through and come out just puddles of blood, like it sprays blood on the enemy. Sometimes the portal opens in like a person on the other side. So suddenly you're just a dude standing there and then 50 goblins pop out of you. It sounds insane. I love that kind of stuff.
No, I love the goofy lore like that. And
it should be goofy because it's like, look at the game you're playing.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of like nerd burgers sitting there measuring, taping stuff, and rolling 50 die. Like it should be goofy and fun.
Yeah. It's about having a goofy fun time. That's kind of what it was born to be anyway back in the day. That's why if you look at the old Warhammer stuff, it's all goofy looking too.
Yeah. I mean that's it's one of those problems with fandom where people start getting really serious about it. It's one of the reasons why I had to like step back from Star Wars because people got crazy, and I'm like, I don't care as much.
Yeah. It's just there. It's like have fun, but some people they're like, my fun is the seriousness of the topic. It's like, all right.
And then if you didn't like a thing, then it became like heretic. What do you mean? I'm just having a good time. I was trying to have fun. And, I didn't enjoy that thing. Well, then it's your fault. Okay. Cool.
So, yeah, I don't know. It's, I have a good time doing all my Warhammer stuff. And, yeah, it helps take my mind off all my pain.
I'm glad it does. Because, you know what? It really, something has to.
Exactly. Which, hey, by the way, I don't think you ever did the British breakfast thing I did.
What was the British breakfast thing?
It was like a year ago. I made the British breakfast by myself.
You definitely did.
And then I said, you should do it. And you were like, yeah, I'm going to do it. You never did.
I never did do that. You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. So you made a breakfast.
Yeah, the British breakfast.
So now I got to make a British. But what if I don't want? I'm going to England soon. What if I just eat one there?
Not the same. You got to make it yourself.
I don't want to make one.
Why not?
'Cause I don't know. I don't care that much
said
about
you
it.
would. This guy's a liar. He's lying. You said you already do a cooking thing, right?
I guess.
Then cook that.
I guess I could try to make a British breakfast.
It's not even that hard.
I'll see what I can do. I'll see. I'll see. I'll look.
All right. I'll take it.
All right. Well, hey, speaking of cooking, look at that.
Whoa.
Look at how we got here.
Wow.
Butcher Box is going to make cooking some delicious meat very simple for you because it's going to be delivered right to your door. Butcher Box is literally a giant box of incredible meats delivered to you. We're talking high quality meat and seafood you can trust, 100% grass-fed beef, organic chicken, pork raised crate free, wild caught seafood, humanely raised, no antibiotics or hormones, none of that stuff. Crendor and I have both gotten Butcher Boxes.
They're fantastic.
Yeah, and now that I have one of those grill things, I'm trying to think of what those are called. Not a air fryer, but like a grill thing.
Right.
Like one of those Ninja Foodie grills. Oh my God. Everything goes on there, and I just close the lid and it does the work. And it comes out amazing. Big fan. And Butcher Box is just perfect in that. It's so nice to just be able to like pull a thing out of the freezer in the morning, let it defrost in the refrigerator, come home at night. It's like, I've been waiting for you, baby. And I'm like, oh, we're going to eat good tonight.
Yeah. We made some steaks for our steak night, and they're great.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of the chicken. I will marinate that in all sorts of different Nando's sauces. I'm no fool. Delicious. Get what you want, be it that steak or that chicken or whatever, delivered right to your doorstep. Free shipping for the continental U.S. No surprise fees. Choose from a variety of box plans, from curated to customized. Change your plan whenever you want. Enjoy a range of high-quality cuts that are hard to come by at the grocery store. It's an amazing value. Exclusive member deals that can save you big bucks on those favorite cuts. Plus, you get some recipe inspirations, tips, hacks, some even personalized, so you can cook up mouth-watering meals. ButcherBox right now is going to give you the best deal yet. 100% grass-fed chuck roast and a whole organic free chicken when you join, plus an additional $20 off your first box. All you got to do right now is sign up today at butcherbox.com/Cox and use code Cox to get 100% grass-fed chuck roast and a whole chicken free and $20 off. That's butcherbox.com/Cox and use code Cox to get this special deal. Now let's go to Chapter 7's got the Crendor. Crendor, how's that traffic out there?
Did you just call me Krenzer?
No comment. I'm a helicopter now.
Okay, sorry. Anyway, up here in the chapter copter, things are looking a little crazy. There's snow all over, there's rain all over, temperatures going wacky wild, a classic spring, at least in the Midwest. The other people, West and East Coast, I don't know how it's going there, but...
It's a mess. It's raining so much.
Yeah, this is the classic Midwest. It's like 56 one day, then it's like 30, then it's like snowing, then it's like thunderstorming. It's great. So, watch out when you're driving or doing whatever you're doing in the old traffic, because it's getting crazy. Back to you.
Thanks, Crendor. I might just start calling you Crenzor from now on, because it does sound cool. You sound like half robot.
Yeah.
Crenzor.
Krenzer.
But it has been raining nonstop here, so I'm over it already.
Dude, I love rain.
Oh, you would not like LA rain. It is.
That's true. I don't know if I'd like LA rain.
One day it started hailing, and I was thankful that the rain stopped. I didn't think for a minute that hail probably was worse. I was just like, oh, thank God the rain stopped. Oh, it's been. Speaking of which, hold on. Weather.com. Even though I know you're about to go here in a minute, what is the vibe? I need to know. Is it really going to rain again tonight? Yeah, later tonight it's going to rain, and then it's been raining the last five days, 5 or 4 days. It's blending together, honestly. So it's cloudy, and then it hits like 1 a.m., then it's going to start raining again all day tomorrow. Cool, so cool. And then the morning Tuesday, and then night Tuesday. What is happening right now? All right, you know what? I'm just going to not look at that anymore and pretend everything's fine. Anyway, let's go to weather.
Weather. Well, we will go to, let's see, somebody says we should do a weather request for their hometown of Ljusdal, Sweden.
Yep.
Let's see. We got Ljusdal, Sweden. We have a neat street art installation called Artscape 2019. For example, the cinema has art of Lord of the Rings and Star Wars painted on the side.
What is the name of this town? Like the real name of this town?
Here you go. You can pronounce it.
Thank you. I was about to say, I don't know that.
Pronunciation.
I literally typed in things. Oh, hold on. There is something here. Justal.
Justal.
Okay.
In Justal. 43 degrees Fahrenheit, sun and clouds mixed. Looking, it's actually about the same as what it is here. We got 81% humidity, 30.23 inches of pressure, 10-mile visibility, winds 8 miles an hour, dew point 32, UV index 0 of 10, with a first quarter moon phase, 7:05 a.m. sunrise, 5:12 p.m. sunset. Taking a look at the 10-day, we got 41 degrees and cloudy on Tuesday. Wednesday, partly cloudy, 43. Thursday's 41, mostly cloudy. Friday, 37, partly cloudy. Saturday, 31, partly cloudy. Sunday, 27, partly cloudy. Monday, 26, partly cloudy. Just a lot of clouds and a lot of colder weather, as you would expect in Sweden.
Yeah, but what's going on in old Justal?
Justal?
What's happening over there? It's a relatively small. I'm blown away again. How did someone in Justal, which is near nothing as far as I can tell,
yeah,
how did you come across our show? Is it because there was so little to do that you listen to this podcast because you're like, well, it's better than doing nothing? Or do we have a huge Swedish audience? In which case, should the Swedish government be flying us out there to live a life of luxury in Sweden? Just a question I have.
We do have a lot of Swedish listeners.
We do. It's a valid question. I'm more impressed that this town, as far as I can tell, has 5 restaurants, a lot of grocery stores, but 5 restaurants, one of them being a Subway. That's actually very funny.
Pizzeria, as one does.
I found a place that looks like a coffee shop, but it is clearly a shack in the middle of the woods. I don't know how much I like that. Ustal Grillin'. This place is called Ustal Grillin'.
Ustal Grillin'.
Ustal Grillin'.
I used to grillin' and now I'm still a grillin'.
And it looks like just a place to get the fries and like stuff. Burgers and things and chicken sandwiches. But like, okay.
I'm looking at Jarnsvag's Pizzerian.
Yeah, no, I see that. I see that.
Jarnsvag's.
I like the fact that they've got like a big, whatever that damn thing's called.
Oh, the kebab, doner kebab.
Yeah, it's got like a
Euro
kebab
meat.
thing. Yeah. I
Yeah,
like that.
Euro meat. Yeah, that's pretty neat. I like that.
But you can get kebab pizza. Now that's probably where it's at.
That's a lot.
Oh, that's probably where it's at. But yeah, I mean, looking around, it must be the location because it seems like it's kind of, again, like it has a middle America vibe.
It does.
But some of these restaurants look like just a dude's home.
Yeah, I see that. But a lot just nicer.
I gotta know. Tell us what it's like to live here.
Yeah. Maybe there's someone else that lives here too. Who knows?
Yeah, what's the vibe?
What's the... Oh, this place is like an old barn. What the...
That's what I'm saying.
Did you see this one? Look at this.
I absolutely saw this one. Yes, this is one of the ones that I looked at and was like, what is this place? I love it. So neat. So
Yeah.
This place actually looks like really fun. But it does look like just a random barn where like an old lady makes you coffee.
Yes, 100%.
But you can't hate on the fact that one of the dish things they have, maybe this is what it's called. I don't know. It is, looks like it's hot chocolate plus ice cream plus whipped cream plus something that looks like an apple and oat dish. Big fan.
It's got a population of 6,230.
Interesting. It feels like a town where everyone knows everyone then.
Yeah, it does seem like it have that feel to it.
Like if you show up, they're going to be like, who are you? I don't know. My apologies to everyone. It's probably not how anyone there sounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like an old theater or something, and then they made a cafe there.
Yeah.
Okay. Fascinating.
It's pretty
Love it.
neat.
Yeah.
And that's the weather.
All right, let's go to sports.
Sports. Welcome to the sports desk. Sports. So big sports stuff happening. We got the NBA starting up again after the All-Star break. You got the Celtics, Bucks, 76ers, Cavs, Nets, and Knicks, the top 6. And then you got the Nuggets, Grizzlies, Kings, Suns, Clippers, Mavs, all in the top 6 in the West. Over in the NHL, you got the Bruins up top. You got the Hurricanes up top. You got the Stars up top. And you got the Golden Knights up top as they start to close out their season as well in the final stretch before the playoffs. We've also got baseball, spring training starting up again. So baseball's back. Get ready. I was actually watching some spring training baseball, and you know what? They made some good additions.
Which was?
They added a pitch clock.
Wait,
So
what?
now...
So now you have to sit there and watch the time as they wait for a guy to like scratch his balls and stuff?
No, so like it's well, technically, but so no, it's essentially like the basketball shot clock, right? So when you get the ball, yeah, he can't just stand there and be like, "No, I don't want to pitch that. No, I don't want to pitch that. Hold on, let me step off the mound, look around." Like now it's
you can't psych the guy out.
Yeah, you got like 20 seconds or something to pitch the ball. So you get it, you got to figure out what you're doing and then pitch. And if you don't, you get an automatic ball. So it's it made the game, like when I was watching it, normally I would be like watching and like doing something else, whatever. I was like, this is going by pretty fast. Like they were actually at a good pace. And I was like, you know what? baseball did something good.
I gotta say,
Look at
yeah, big leagues got to start doing that.
Yeah,
Because that
it
would
was way
speed up a
too
game
slow.
significantly.
Yeah, because like you look at all the other sports, it was like basketball takes like 2.5 hours. You got like football takes like 3 hours. Baseball, I swear, it's like 4 or 5 hours.
It's a day experience.
Yeah,
If you're going to a game, that's like your day. You're done.
yeah. And then they've also made the bases slightly bigger, so it's easier to like steal bases. And they also got rid of the shift, which was a really dumb thing that allowed defenses to like stack one side and like the second baseman be playing in the outfield. It was stupid, so they got rid of that.
Oh, I remember that shit. Yeah.
Yeah, it is dumb. So, I'm liking it. I'm liking
You know
it.
what? Every once in a while, sports should just change their shit up.
Yeah,
Like, just take some time to redo the rules. And I'll be real. If football had more robots in it, more people would watch. But no one listens to us.
yeah, I agree.
If they
More
took all
robots.
those robots they put in that robot fighting arena, but then just put them on the field so each team had one robot. Think about it.
Yeah.
There
That would
goes
be
his
great.
leg, Johnson, shredded up by the shredder. He should have known it was in the name.
Yeah, so that's pretty neat. And then, you don't look now, but we're only like a few weeks away from March Madness. The
I
old college
can't
basketball.
believe that's a thing.
Yeah. No, we're in the final days of February. It's gonna be March in like 3 days.
Well, good news, everyone. Your chicken wings are about to be on sale.
Yep.
Everyone's going to get a good deal on wings.
Yep. And that that is sports.
All right. What's our fact of the day?
Fact of the day.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Fact of the day. Great Britain once had a number where you can report rogue traffic cones.
I believe that because something about that seems out of order. And I know the British love order. That's like their
true.
vibe. They love it.
Britain launched a hotline in 1992 to improve public services. However, this policy was mocked for being pointless and a waste of government funds.
Yeah, that checks out.
I'm going to throw in another one because I was like, what? Only owning one guinea pig is illegal in Switzerland.
Only owning one is so if I have two, fine.
Yes.
Now, why on earth is that?
So it says guinea pigs are herd animals and therefore become severely depressed when alone. Switzerland considered only allowing one illegal to practice social rights for animals.
That's actually very sweet. In like a weird,
That is.
messed up way, it's very sweet.
Yeah, because otherwise they're going to be,
Yeah,
they
they're
need
gonna be
somebody.
lonely. You don't want to be a dick. Yeah,
Yeah.
I get that. That's
Yeah.
again very. That's very sweet. I love that.
Yeah. But there's your facts of the day.
All right. What's our big news story of the day?
Big news story of the day. So there's this one I saw, but I think this other one's more of an us news story. Well, there's like two. One was TikTok
I love
parents,
that one is more of an us story.
right?
Okay,
So
can't
it
wait.
was parents on TikTok draw instant backlash for potentially dangerous Disney hack, and then TikTok parents apologize for video showing how to sneak toddler on Disney rides. So learned all
Oh,
about
they're
that.
breaking the law. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But now we have mysterious metal sphere washes up on Japanese beach, sparking investigation.
I mean, I like that. That's
Yeah,
interesting.
that's what
I
I'm
don't know. Yeah. Okay. All right. We got two. I'll take two.
All right. Well, which one do you want to start with?
Ooh. Let's start with Disney because that seems more goofy.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely more goofy here.
Yeah.
We're just going to go into the follow-up story. So they apologized for sneaking toddler onto Disney rides. The Florida family, who went viral for a TikTok video that showed how to make their toddler son meet the height requirements for certain thrill rides, is now apologizing for the shoe hack. The family has also removed all videos referencing the hack and saying, quote, "With influence comes responsibility."
Barf, bro. Ooh.
It all started
influence.
Influence. Ty and Haley Kelly posted a video where they glued flip-flop bottoms to their son's shoes so he'd meet the 38-inch height requirement. Although Ty Kelly described the shoe gluing as the ultimate theme park hack, others weren't impressed. As one YouTuber comment noted, about a YouTube video, they seem to care more about a YouTube video than their child's safety. They now claim it was fake. So they claim everything was fake.
Yeah. No, that's.
Yeah, that wasn't fake.
They just thought they were like really cool and wanted. That's the problem. Social media is people who think what they're doing is really cool and then sharing it and realizing that it's illegal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's like that guy who posted on TikTok him illegally sleeping in a storage unit, then detailing how he gets power and water into his unit. And showing it all on film, like, look at this cool thing I'm doing. It's like, bro, you literally gave them evidence. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. They said that they hope their followers give them a chance to prove that we love our children and take their responsibility as influencers seriously.
Stop. Oh, my God.
And then they have the classic video of them, like, on a couch being like, guys, we're so sorry that this happened.
We're so sorry that you caught us.
We thought it would be okay, and we need to keep doing this to make money. So please forgive us.
Please forgive us. We need money.
Yeah. So that's that.
That's so dumb. I am like just disappointed on the behalf of everyone who had to watch that video. Just sit there and pretend like these guys are awesome. Nah.
That is. Bleh. We have so much power as influencers. We need to get out of here.
That is some. That's some sort of mental something. That is like.
Oh yeah. It's like they're doing a little like humble brag in there. Like, we shouldn't have done this. We know that we have so much power and so much responsibility for being so awesome and giant on the internet.
You just. Yeah, it's very obvious where their priorities are. People who are giving them shit are correct. Because it was less about the kid and the danger that kid would have been in being too small for the ride. Like, there's a reason they have rules. And, they're like, we're so sorry. We didn't think about the repercussions of posting this on the internet.
Yeah.
Not like we shouldn't have done it. Just like we shouldn't have posted about it. We're so sorry.
Yeah. Like, they didn't even register the thought of, like, this might be dangerous for our child. No, it's just, dude, this made a great video.
Yeah, and the fact that like it was fake doesn't matter because you're telling everyone on the internet that this is a trick they can do, a hack to get their kid on a ride.
Yeah. So
you're telling other people to do it. Like, we lied. Who wants you to try it? Like, oh, okay.
So that's that. Now, mysterious metal sphere washes up on Japanese beach, sparking investigation. It has been dubbed the Godzilla egg.
Well, you know what? That's funny, but also probably racist.
It probably is.
Because it's just a metal sphere in Japan.
Yeah.
But everyone's like, Godzilla egg. Like, okay. All right.
Just weeks after the military shot down Chinese spy balloon off the Carolina coast, a cryptic metal ball is washed ashore at Enshu Beach in the city of Hamamatsu on Japan's Pacific coast. The rusty orange-tinted sphere, dubbed Godzilla egg, according to a BBC Tokyo correspondent, gained worldwide interest. Yep. The elusive thingy is about 5 feet in diameter and has 2 raised handles, indicating that it can be hooked onto something else. The call to authorities prompted police and even a bomb squad to investigate the object out of fear it may be a stray mine, the Guardian said. Experts eventually deemed that the object's safe after x-rays found it was hollow. The Guardian also noted that there is no indicator that it was part of any espionage operation from North Korea or China, and the ball has been removed from the beach. Although the Dragon Ball Z-like figure is getting a ton of media attention, one local who regularly runs on Enshu Beach told public broadcaster NHK that it's been sitting out there for a while. It's been there for months, he said. I tried to push it, but it wouldn't budge.
You probably shouldn't do that. I don't know.
Yeah, probably not. Despite all this, police have not yet identified what the object is, which has some on social media questioning why authorities are staying quiet, BBC reported. Based on a video posted of the sphere by NHK on Twitter, social media users believe it's merely a ball buoy. Others have more whimsical ideas.
It does look like that, though. It does look like
Yeah.
just some, yeah.
Yeah, it does. The Civil Engineering Office said it considers it to be a foreign-made buoy. Mark Inall, an oceanographer as the Scottish Association for Marine Science, told BBC that although he knew instantly it was a buoy, he understood why people might confuse it for a World War II mine. But those would have spikes sticking out of them, he said.
I mean, he's not wrong, but also that's really funny that it's like, look, it's the exact same thing, except those would have spikes, and this doesn't have spikes.
Yeah. So there you go. That's some fun news.
Good to know. I love a good weird news story, and I love a good totally insane news story. Both are good.
Yeah, look at that.
Anyway, that is it for us. Thank you so much for listening and watching. I've enjoying this podcast. Crendor, hit them with the socials.
We've got socials, youtube.com/Cox and Crendor podcast, all one word. Find all the podcasts over there. Like, comment, subscribe, give your weather recommendations, all that stuff. Also, go to youtube.com/Cox and Crendor for all the animations. You can also find us on Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, and some other places. You can also see our own stuff, which is youtube.com Jesse Cox, youtube.com Crendor, Twitch Jesse Cox, Twitch Crendor, Twitter Jesse Cox, Twitter Crendor, Facebook Jesse Cox, Facebook Crendor, TikTok Jesse Cox, TikTok Crendor, Instagram Notorious Cox, Instagram Crendor was taken, youtube.com/Warhammer Crendor, Cren Clips, Cox Clips. That's it.
Okay. Well, that's it for us. And as always, to be continued.